Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmies Simple Designs. If you see the little red live light, you caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in hashtag replay, say hello to me where you're watching from. And today I am in the Ripple event and it is Showers of Kindness. The link to the group, make sure you go join the group. It's a wonderful group. Make sure the link for the group is up in the description, and up after me is Kelly's Crafty Creations and Decor. She is also an awesome creator, along with all of the rest of the wonderful crafters that are in this today. And I want to thank Carrie and Connie so much for letting me be in this event. So I'm going to try and find myself and pull myself up here so I can see comments. Like I said, I am in the Ripple event. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Michelle. All right, I'm going to get my glue gun on. So I'm also excited, not only because I'm in this wonderful event, but I am also introducing a brand new wood kit, and it is a bumblebee. And my bee, what the wood kit comes in, now I have pre-painted everything because we do only have 45 minutes, and it is kind of a large wood kit compared to my other ones I've done. So you get the body of the bee, which I've painted in sunflower, and all of this is chalk paint, and I get the chalk paint from Nicole with Afraid Not. Her link is down at the bottom. Welcome everyone, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi Jane Ann, hi Betsy. Sorry, I just jumped right in. Welcome to the Ripple event that I'm in today, but we do only have 45 minutes. You get the 2 wings for our bee, and I painted those in vintage lace. You get his little nose. You get galoshes. I know most bees don't wear galoshes, but my little bumblebee does. And you get your choice. You can either get this kit with or without the umbrella. And this is the umbrella. And I painted the umbrella this time in Blue Jay. And then you get these sticks right here. And these are going to be his legs. And you can make his legs as tall or as short as you'd like. And you also get, I had to kind of move this out of the way. You get the base that you set your little bee on. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Normally I don't. I put it all together, but because of time, this is what our little bee will look like in the end. Hopefully I get him put together and he will look like this in the end. So this is our little bee wood kit that I'm introducing today. With the umbrella, it's $25. Without the umbrella, he's $20. No, I do not have an Etsy shop or a website. So if you are interested in the wood kit, private message me. That price does not include shipping. So it would be $20 plus shipping or $25 plus shipping. So if you are interested, let me know, or private message me and we can get one cut out for you. I do want to give you a heads up. It might take just a little longer. It's just my husband and I. He hand cuts all these, and then I sand them all. But Tuesday, he will be out of commission. We've got to go. He is having a biopsy done. So it may take us just a little bit longer. But anyway, and your bee will come pre-drilled for his little antennas. So I am going to go ahead, because this yellow does not paint very bright on here, I am going to go ahead and paint one more coat on this. I have also, hi Julie, thanks for the prayers, guys. Welcome everyone. If I didn't say hello to you, I will go back through the comments and say hi to you. Like I said, we do only have 45 minutes and I do have a lot to get together. But I am going to paint another coat of this. I have pre-stained them. I use Minwax Dark Walnut water-based stain to stain most of my pieces. And then I have waxed these pieces before I painted them because I like the chippy look. I love the chippy look. And so when we're done, I'm going to dry this and then we're going to chippy this guy up. So this is a wonderful, again, I am in the Ripple event today, and it's Showers of Kindness. And up after me is Kelly's Crafts, Creations, and Decor. And all the ladies, so far I've watched, and I'm going to try and watch everybody today. They are all amazing, amazing creators. I can't talk. I swear, I go live and the words leave my mind. Thank you, Connie. Thank you. Yeah, we got to go out of town for this. And so we got to go an hour and a half away for this biopsy. And he has to be there at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. So I will be getting up early Tuesday morning. So we got to make quite a trek. So, but we're going to get this painted up really quick. And I'm going to hope and pray that I get all of him put together so you guys can see him come together. And like I said, I am using all of this as chalk paint. And if you're familiar with Nicole with Afraid Not, she makes all of her own chalk paint. But you can use whatever you would like, and you can do this technique with acrylic paint or chalk paint, either one. I heard Lisa saying she loves the crackle. I can't get crackle to work. I have tried. I just can't get that technique down. Hi, Susie. Hi, Mary. Hi, Julie. Hi, everyone. Debbie. How is everyone today? Everybody's day going well? It is snowing and blowing here in Iowa. Friday, it was 80 degrees, and today it's snowing. Yeah. The bunny. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, thank you. That was actually a wood kit from Nicole. I have a bunny wood kit, but I got that before I started doing lives. I've only been doing this since October. I have been crafting for many years. And I got out of it for a while. I kind of got burnt out. We had some life changes. Yeah. And I just kind of got out of it. And a couple of years ago, I discovered diamond painting. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of diamond painting. And I did a few of those. And something just re-sparked in me. And I got back into crafting. And I am just loving it. And yeah, it's crazy weather. Crazy weather. Crazy, crazy. Can't keep track of it. I liked it better when it was 80, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You do diamond painting, Pauline? It's fun. It is fun. My heart is just in doing wood things, and But it's a lot of time, takes a lot of time to do them, but they are fun. And I actually started my page in 2021 or 22. Hi, Anita. But I didn't start going live until October. What is diamond painting? Well, you get a real, like a sticky mat with an image on it, and you get these little bitty plastic tiny pieces, and it's all color coded. And you basically, the sticky mat, you attach those little, you match the color with the coating onto your mat, and you get pictures. There are some really pretty pictures, images that you can get. Hobby Lobby carries a few diamond painting kits, but not very many. Hi, Yvonne. How are you today? Hi, Linda. Oop, I think I missed a spot. Yep, I did. Okay. Make sure I get all this dry, and we'll get to chipping up. Now make sure that's all there. Okay. So now I'm going to use a putty knife. Like I said, I've already pre-waxed this, and I just use one of these little votive candles from Dollar Tree. I just take it out of the metal sleeve, and that's what I use to wax my pieces. And now we're gonna take our putty knife, and we're gonna scrape and take the paint off. Thank you all for being here today. Make sure you join the group. What's nice about joining the group is you can actually go back and see past events, other creators. It's not just, today's event. There's lots of, and you might come across a new creator, someone you really like. Start following them, and if you like what you see, make sure you hit that follow button. And for all of these wonderful ladies today, there's some pretty amazing talent in this event today. And of course, we're all just starting out. We've only been doing this a short time, so it's really nice that Connie and Carrie do this. And I feel so honored that I got invited to be a part of it. And I'm just going all different ways, scraping this, my little bee. And you can scrape as much or as little as you like. I usually go pretty heavy with the wax all over my surface, and I just kind of scrape as much or as little as I like, just to get this look. I know, but you don't have to do yours this way at all. That's what's fun about crafting. I just like to inspire and get people crafting, and you can do, hi Michelle. You make it your own. I'm just here to show you something, and you can take it and make it your own unique piece, your own unique style. That's what's fun. That's why you know, there are some different creators in this event today, and they all have their own unique style, and you might find somebody in this that has the same style as you that you can start following. And like I said, I did this to all of these pieces. And I'm just kind of going through. And of course, this dark one, you're not going to be able to see it quite as much as you do on the other one. My daughter and grandson showed up after church this morning. Her and my son-in-law came by. They had something out in the shop, our shop, that they were, my son, I have 3 children and 5 grandchildren. And 3 of my grandchildren live here near us in Fort Dodge. My granddaughters, my daughter's 2 oldest girls, live with their dad in Texas. But they'll be here soon. They come usually every summer and visit. So, but that's... And then I will put the polka dots and the stripes we will put on our bee afterwards. This is how I like to do it. Like I said, you make it your own. And if you are, like I said, if you're interested in one of these, just private message me. Do all of these pieces, and I am going to take some dark wax, and we're going to do a little more aging even to these. I am very much vintage thrifted. If you are into vintage, that's what I like. The chippier the better, the more rustic looking the better. So we'll get all this done. Hello, Janet. Get all these done. I know this is kind of boring, but... Hi, Cheryl. I know some people like it, some people don't. I love vintage. And none of these pieces, I'll show you, none of them are going to chippy the same. You're not going to get as much, even though you might put as much wax on. They'll all chippy, you know, a little bit differently. I'm just kind of scraping the back, but if you see this one kind of chippied a little more than this one. All right. I'm going to do my best to get this all put together, guys. Thank you guys for being here and supporting this. Hi, Sherry. How are you today? I've even got my, of course, I even got my dinner started. We're having, even though it's snowing and blowing, we're going to have, I got my steaks marinating. I'm going to try them in my air fryer. Anybody done that before? Thank you for all the hearts, guys. I've never had them in the air fryer. We're going to try it tonight. I guess we're either going to like it or we're not, right? Well, thank you. All right, we're almost done. You don't have an air fryer? I haven't had mine very long. It's actually an air fryer. It's an Instapot with the air fryer. And I've been doing hamburgers in it, which are very good. If you do have an air fryer and have never tried hamburgers, and they come out so nice and juicy. All right, now we got all this part done. And yes, it is kind of messy. I do have a big mess. But I'm just gonna kind of shake this off and get this out of the way. All right, so now I used one of these pouncers. I got mine from, I know you can get them at Family or Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree, I've never seen them. But, so I got mine at Hobby Lobby. So we're going to use that. That's what we're going to use to make our polka dots on here. All right. And we're going to use the vintage lace. Holy crud. All right. And I'm just going to kind of put this in here. I just kind of put it in here and pounced it off. And just like this. I don't, care if the whole thing is on there. I need some more paint. That's okay. All right. And here. All right. So that's what it looks like. I think I want, actually, nah, that's good. And I just rinsed mine out. I took mine to the kitchen sink and rinsed it out, but it'll be okay till I'm done here. Then, so I'm gonna set this aside, and we're gonna bring our bee back. And we're gonna get some of, this is Crazy Crow, and it's not a deep black, it's more like a brownish black, like a aged vintage black. And I just had, let me make sure this is the right, yeah. I used this flat paintbrush to do our bees stripes, and I did it freehand. I didn't care if they were straight or not straight. It did not bother me. So I'm gonna go, we're gonna pour some of this out, and I just kind of dip my brush in, and I just kind of centered from where this part, the neck and the body of your bee connect, and the bottom, I just kind of found the center of that area. And I just took a guess. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be perfect. And I just made a line. I just painted. I started there. And this is not, by no means is this straight. Sorry, everybody. Sadie, guys, go lay down. The wind blew the mail slot. And I'm not even making sure that I get full coverage in the middle of here. So that's one stripe. Then from there, I just kind of went up and down. But see, I didn't even get this centered. So we're going to go down here. And we're going to find, and I will do the sides. I just want to get this part of it done first. And like I said, it's not even, it's far from being perfect, I'll tell you that. Sadie. More paint. Oh, that's too much paint. Oh well. So then we're going to go up here, about here. I am learning to not be perfect. I used to stress about things having to be perfect, and I'm really learning the last year or so that not to be. That this is fun. And then from there, I just went down the sides and kind of matched that up. Along the edge, just like that. All right. So now we've got that. So now pretty much we just got to put them together. I'm going to dry this a little. And like I said, it is not perfect, as you can see. You know, I used to freak out about things not being perfect, and I'm really starting to get away from that. I start to get stressed, and to me, I want crafting to be fun, not stressful. I'm going to dry all this up. All right, so now I am going to use the Tight Bond, and then I use this Stick Fast CA glue to glue our pieces together. And this kind of gives you a fast hold, kind of like hot glue would, but it's more designed for your wood pieces. And we're going to start with our nose, placing it down. And as you can see, I have no lid. My lid is a piece of tape. The lid broke. I had to throw it away. So I use packaging tape as a lid. It works, right? Whatever works. And we're just going to put a piece on here. And I'm going to get a kind of a good amount on there. And then I'm going to put some of this on here. And you don't need much, but it will give me a quick hold. And I am shaking. Of course, I haven't eaten, which is not good. So you got like the freedom for wood glue to adjust and move, but I will get a quick hold because of the CA glue. Come on. Yeah, you could probably use E6000, Deborah. And I'm going to need a white bee here. I got too much glue. Get that off of there. Clean that up a little. It will dry clear. Okay, that's good. It's not, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's on there. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do his eyes really quick. I just took, this is how I do faces. I usually put the nose on first, unless I'm just doing eyes. I put the nose on first, and then from there, I determine where kind of I want the eyes to go. And this is just the end of a dowel that I had, and I'm gonna dip it in my black paint, kind of dip it off, and that's what I'm gonna use. That's what I use for their his eyes. And my eyes are never perfect. Usually one comes out cockeyed for whatever reason, or they're crooked or something. All right. So we'll let that dry just a little bit, but that's what his face is gonna look like. I'll let that dry just a little bit, and then I'll put the little white spots in there. So now, the way I did, I'm gonna do the wings. And I have to look at my little bee here. One goes here. And you know, bumblebees, their wings are smaller than their body. And I did that wrong. I can't believe I did that. I painted my bee wrong. My wings wrong. No wonder that was hard to scrape. I'm starting off good. So we're gonna paint this really quick and dry it and scrape it, because I painted the wrong side. So I'll be quick. Leave it to me. See, Lisa, you're not the only one that does something wrong. We all do. And I was trying to be so careful and do everything right, get everything painted right. More paint. No, I probably don't have enough over there. All right. Sorry, guys. So we'll dry this. And I'll scrape that one. Thank you, Renee. Sorry about my heat tool, guys, being so loud. I did have a Ranger, and it quit working on me. So I contacted the company because I hadn't had it very long. And of course, wouldn't you know it, they're back ordered till May. So I do have a new one coming. It's just won't be here till May. So let's see if I got, this is the side that I originally had. Chances are I didn't, but we're gonna get what we can off. Because knowing me, I got the wrong unwaxed one. So, you know what? We'll use a sander. If all else fails, get the sandpaper out, right? There we go. That's good enough. So we're gonna lay this out. And this is kind of how I did the other one. I just kind of laid it out, and I still don't have it right. I had it painted right the whole time. Ah! My mind. I swear. Some days. Okay. And I just kind of wait a minute. That's what I want. It's like something doesn't look right. I'll get them on right, I promise. So, just kind of, you know, eyeballed it. And what I did is I took a pencil and just kind of marked, just real lightly, on each wing about where I wanted it, so I'd know where to put glue. And I'm gonna put a little glue and a little of this. And I'm gonna get it lined as close as I can. Back up. On here. And I'm gonna hold that for a little bit. And we're going to do the same on this side. All right. I would like to get his legs on now, because they are a little, I figured that was dry. Come on. Okay, there we go. So now, like I said, the legs, the only tricky part is you want to make sure they're even, because you're going to want to make sure that, and these are his legs, and we're going to glue them to the back on each one of these. And I just kind of laid this out and made sure my legs were even, because you want to make sure they're even, his feet are even, so that he will glue to the base. But you can make adjustments. That's and I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. I just kind of raised it up. And a little bit of this. Oh, that wind. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Susan. Okay, so I think we got enough time, just enough time here to get his legs on. And like I said, this is about a 4-inch piece, so you can do his legs as long, so you can make him as tall or as short as you want. I made mine shorter. Find my other little guy. Like I said, the only thing you want to make sure is to get your feet level so that he glues to the base. And I just kind of made sure he was level and he was on there kind of right. And I raised him up like this, and I put a little dot of glue on each one, and then some of this. And like, the nice thing about using these glues is you don't get instant. I mean, it will dry pretty quickly, but you don't get instant. So you do have that short amount of window to make adjustments to make sure your feet are even. I got about 4 minutes, and we'll stand him up. And I didn't get him waxed, but that's okay. At least you can see him put together pretty much. And our umbrella, and he, like I said, he can come with or without the umbrella. And that's the nice thing too about the stick. You can make his umbrella as long or as short as you'd like. And I just kind of, however long, kind of guessed. Put a little bit of glue. Like that. The only thing I used hot glue on was, help Jessica, was his feet, attaching his feet to the wood, his platform. Everything else I use this kind of glue. So we're gonna stand him up because I can get them just like this. I'll stand him up, see about where I want him. And I'm gonna take my hot glue and you gotta be kidding me. Crap. That's usually dry by now. Sorry, guys. Oh, my little guy fell apart. Oh. Don't do that, guys. Why is my glue not gluing? Yeah, you're right, Jessica. The only thing I can think is it's a colder day. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll work on him, but you saw him. I'm sorry. This is what he looks like. I promise he's not that hard to put together. So I have on record a blooper, right? I have a blooper. So make sure you join the group, the Ripple event group, and you join Kelly's page. She's an awesome creator. This is not drawing. Kelly's Crafty Creations and Decor. I will get him put together. I will take a picture. I promise he does come to better. He will look like this. Oh. Oh, gosh. Make sure you join the group. The link is in the description. Sorry, guys. I guess I just had my first blooper reel, right? On the Ripple event, no less. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I will get a picture of him. The new one, completed. But I'm glad I got one together so you could see it. Thanks for being here, everyone. Bye.